Good morning, YouTube. You join me on Tuesday. It is currently 5:30 in the morning. Yes, that time does exist on the clock. Yeah, there is reasons though. The reason is I've got a 9:30 a.m. booking in Thatcham. Yeah, I'm delivering to the home distribution centre for Harrods. 2 pallets. But I've got to be there at 9:30 a.m. Apparently they're quite strict to their bookings. So, early start for me. And then after that I'm off to Aldershot with some polymer resin stuff. But yeah, just been in field up, as you may have seen if the footage came out. I'm not sure, I'm experimenting. And yeah, I'm now heading to join the motorway. I am so tired. But sorry there wasn't a video last week. 2 reasons. One is that I was doing a lot of... There were some boring runs last week. So it just didn't seem like they would have made a good video necessarily, because a lot of the time, admittedly today, I'm preloaded. So there was no, I'm going to go and get this kind of thing. And there were a lot of single run jobs. The one day I did think about recording, I left my memory cards at home. Which is annoying, because that day was a 10-hour drive and a 15-hour shift. Yeah, that was a bit of a very long day, that one. But anywho, I is back. Why did I say like that? I have no idea. I'm back. I am recording, and I am busy. Yeah, almost recorded yesterday, but I didn't. I don't know why. And to be honest, yesterday in the end was a bit of a meh day. It was from our yard to Coventry to handball off 50 under-counter fridges. Let's just realise the camera's moved. Handball off 50 under-counter fridges, and then over to Birmingham to get some door blanks, which are, when I say door blanks, I mean they're the back doors of other trucks. And then it was basically get reloaded and back at the yard. It was much of a muchness yesterday. I just had a few, obviously, frustrations with Coventry, and even more frustration because of Birmingham, I'm allowed to say that because I'm from Birmingham, so there we go. I'm from Solihull, South Birmingham. I'm in the posh area of Birmingham, yeah. But anyhow, let's get on the motorway. I've got 142 miles until I get to Thatcham, so I better get moving. Join me a bit later on, a bit further down the M1, literally about to leave the M1 to head over toward the M4 here. Why am I doing weird accents? Early mornings. I'm not a morning person, which is a bad thing when you're a trucker. Unless you're a night driver. It's a bad thing not to be a morning person. But no, the M1's been smooth. there was a weird bit, which I don't know if you may have picked up in the time lapse or not. Depends if I left that bit of time lapse in. Who knows? Where they randomly reduced it down to 50 miles an hour, and then the signs went away. Like, there wasn't even a back to national speed limit sign. God knows what that was about. But yeah, I am just making my way through the roadworks as I approach junction 15A for Northampton. Couldn't think of the word then. And yeah, it's okay. At the moment, I am going to be drastically early for a booking slot. Yeah. I'm going to regret looking at that paperwork and bringing up the comment to my planner last night. Yeah. Basically, I came back to yard yesterday with a car lift that was going to be taken out by one of our Moffat drivers. And when I went to drop yesterday's paperwork off with my planner, he was like, "Oh, get that tipped off." He goes, "And here's your paperwork for tomorrow. You know, see if you can get loaded now," kind of thing. And we'll go for a 6 a.m. start. I was like, fine, no problems. I then looked at the paperwork and noticed that I had this 9:30 a.m. booking. And when I plumbed it into the old sat-nav, it was reckoning it was going to take me 3 hours to get down there. Now, by the time I'd done my vehicle checks and got diesel, it would have left me exactly 3 hours-ish to get down there. So I turned around to my planner and went, it's a 9:30 booking. I might come in a little bit early, thinking, I'll come in at 5:30 or 5:45, just give me that 15-minute kind of thing, or extra half hour. He turned around and went, oh, let's call it 5 o'clock. Fine. I've done at 5 o'clock. And now I'm due to be incredibly early. Oh, dear God, why did I bring up this suggestion for an early start? I have no idea. It serves me right, I should have kept my mouth shut. But I'm also having issues with that front camera. It has fallen off the windscreen 3 times. Thankfully, it's like a one-hand thing, just go boop, back on. But every time it does it, the camera's pointing in a slightly different direction because annoyances. And I've just noticed at the corner of my eye, it has actually twisted slightly. Which is also very frustrating. In fact, there we go. That's hopefully a bit more square on. Or maybe not. I'll wait to find it. I'll find out in the edit. Yes, I am now on the A43, which I am on this for about 8 miles or so, to make my way over to the M40 to continue going south over to Thatcham. I do wonder how many people who order stuff from Harrods online have in their mind that it comes from the Harrods store. I wouldn't put it past people to think that. And not just an RDC. But there's a lot of situations where it's like that. I mean, I am not going to say brands or where, but I've delivered packaging to a factory that produced, what did they produce? Tea bags, I think it was. That had a higher level supermarket brand. and a well-known brand being delivered to the same factory. Yeah. Same with a place that makes savoury pastries, so pasties and pies and stuff like that. Yet again, a supermarket brand packaging, as well as a very well-known brand being delivered to the same place. The amount of people who probably don't realise that that is the situation when they're there being snobby about what they're buying. A lot of times, not all the time, sometimes there is variances, but a lot of times it is exactly the same product. The joy of, what's the word I'm looking for? The satisfaction of obliviousness, over being oblivious. I can't think what the term I'm looking for. Basically, people are happy to not know, and they prefer not to know, and they just convince themselves the thing's better because it's more expensive, even though it comes out the same, the produce goes in through the same door of the same factory and comes out the same door. But this one must be better because it's more expensive. Anyway. Weird side tangent rant, but, well, not even a rant, just a weird side tangent. Tiredness. My brain is slowly waking up. In fact, I might have my little breakfast bar just to give me a little sugary fix. Also, I just realised I haven't opened my caffeinated beverage. That is getting opened right now. Why I hadn't opened my caffeinated beverage, I don't know. Sweet, sugary. It's got a lot of sweetness in it as well because you've got to cut down on sugar. Caffeinated beverage. Oh yeah. But part of me's hoping that in a week's time, I want to say it is, that I am driving, this might be a week or 2 weeks' time, I am driving down this bit at the right times because we are about to pass Silverstone, and I want to have the opportunity to see some of the team's trucks, the race trucks going in for the old FA1A race. I really do hope I get a chance to see it. I have seen, before I did trucking it actually, this was, in fact, oh my god, I just thought, jeez, yes, 2020, I was driving to work, I used to work for the events firm, driving to work, and I saw the F1 FOM trucks going to Eastman's Airport to have their TV broadcast equipment flown out to Australia. I remember seeing that. That was cool. But at the time, obviously, there was mutterings in the news about this small virus that was going around. It was going to be nothing. Yeah. 2 years later, Turns out that virus was quite a thing. And those TV compound trucks really didn't end up getting used. And I think since, to be honest, because of the way that Formula One have changed the way the broadcast works, a lot of those trucks I don't think have ever been used ever again. Well, I say trucks, the trucks were transporting them, but it was the modules that they had that built up the TV compound that they used to have at the track. So yeah, I completely forgot about that. That was literally a week or two before the pandemic hit. Well, hit Australia, and we started to realise this may be a thing because the Australian Grand Prix got cancelled. Shut up. I am not that close to the line. These lane departure things are so annoying at times. But I won't turn it off, because I know the one time I turn it off will be the time that it isn't being stupid. I am over a line like that. Did that one deliberately, point out. I am over a line and I am causing an issue. Hence, I will leave it switched on as much as it annoys me. Anywho, anyhow, that's the word I'm looking for. I have got about an hour and a half until I am due to arrive. That was a late amber, but that was still amber. Just like that one's still amber.
Take the second exit.
I've got about an hour and a half until I'm due at my delivery, my first delivery of 2. I don't know if I'm going to have a collection on the way back. I'll maybe just be driving back empty. It partly depends on the M25, which I have got to go round. Because, yeah, I'm doing that. Trying to figure out how to point this out. You got our yard up here in the East Midlands. Go all the way down and across a bit and down. Got Thatcham, London, Aldershot. So then, once I've done Aldershot, I'm then going to go up a bit, round the M25 to go around London, to then go back on the M1 to come back to the yard. Yeah. It's the M25. Oh, and also it's the M25 passing Heathrow. Of course, that bit of motorway never ever clogs up. Never. I'm waffling on. I'll see you when I'm a bit closer to the delivery. Right. I am now in Thatcham. And I am a matter of minutes away from the drop. So, well, actually, apparently I'm in Newbury, which is kind of Thatcham. Anyway, yeah, I'm only a few minutes away from the drop. I actually feel a bit chilly. I may have to throw my coat on in a moment. Just need to. Oh, I was about to double check. I think there is a booking reference that I need to provide. I just needed to double check it was noted down on my paperwork. Because I wouldn't put it past it being forgotten to be written on. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I've seen multiple accidents on the way here. People seem to realise how to drive properly and are wanting to crash into each other today. So yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm feeling quite chilly. What temperature is it outside? 16 degrees outside. I've got the climate control set to 20. But doesn't seem to be that warm. Oh, we've got a breakdown now. Driving down here, I've seen multiple breakdowns. I'd say about 3 crashes. It's just, what is going on with everyone today? Everyone seems to be either having a smash or their car's going, nope, you go no further. But anywho,
Take the next left.
actually, I say it cold. It's nice when the sun's coming through the windscreen. It warms my arms up. And a bit of my lap that the sun gets. The only advantage is super high driving position in the murk. Is that you do get for wanting a better word, you get a warmed up crotch. Because the sun can have more access to you. I mean, this murk isn't as high. Oh, I suppose the driving position is relatively high, but it's not as high as it can be because people can't necessarily see my thighs through the window, which I know is a regular thing with murks. Oh, I'm still waking up properly. Come on, people. There we go. Oh, they have heard of Greg's down here. Come on. Now, make it clear, I haven't done any research into this, but some RDCs have a strict no camera policy. So there's a chance I might be recording this bit and then I can't record driving in. That's a bit too tight. There we go. They've moved now. But yeah, there is a chance that I may have to turn the cameras off when I pull into the facility. But I am on 3 hours 5 driving, of which 3 hours 2 of that has been done in basically one hit, all the way down here.
Enter the roundabout. Take the second exit.
I will take the second exit, thank you very much. Something else I didn't realise is
Take the
down
second
here
exit.
is where Vodafone's based. I just drove past their headquarters. Never knew they were based down this way. Oh dear. The seatbelt was riding up on me then. Come on. I did do a little bit of research last night to try and get my head around how the traffic flow works at this depot, which is a good tip if you are delivering to somewhere new that you're pretty certain is going to be a largish depot. Have a look on Google Maps, go to satellite view. You can normally see the access roads. I mean, it helped me out the other day for a smaller facility where I went to go and do a delivery of packaging. Yeah, it was packaging, yeah. And for some reason their yard gate was locked and they kept it locked all day. But it just looked like any normal bit of fencing. So I drove straight past it and then went to try and drive into their staff car park. Which you can imagine in a 26-ton truck, or 26-ton rigid, isn't really a thing. It was not the easiest of things to do. Let this motorbike go past. There we go. Yeah, it wasn't the easiest of things to try and do. So I was there getting confused, and then parked up, pulled up the Google Maps on my phone, and had a quick look, and then realised, oh, there's a hidden entrance. Drove back around and then noticed the sign on what I thought was a fence. That was the gate, going, hit this button down here and we'll come and let you in. So yeah, look up your delivery points on Google Maps, use satellite view. It's a really useful tool. Also, a lot of the time you get given a postcode and you'll be plonked in the middle of a industrial estate or a side road, and then you're just like, where am I meant to go?
Enter the roundabout, take the third exit.
So use all the tools that you can. Right, let's get around this roundabout.
Take the third exit.
Come on. Come on, gearbox. Wakey, wakey. I hear in the new Mercs the gearbox is a lot better. I mean, this isn't a very high bar to set to be better. This gearbox is very dumb. Amount of times I've come to, say, a roundabout and I've had to knock it into manual mode just to get it to initially take a gear I want for leaving or entering said roundabout, and also to stop it from trying to change gear just as I'm pulling away. It is incredibly frustrating how it likes to do that. Damn it, it's gotta stop your way. I have had my breakfast bar. Why am I rolling my R's and stuff there? I don't know. I'm being weird. Yeah, I've had my breakfast bar, so I've had a bit of a sugary hit there. And obviously I've got my caffeinated beverage. But I just, for some reason, cannot seem to stop yawning. It's just my body clock's not. Even though it's only an hour earlier than normal, my body clock's just not used to it. Plain and simple. Just trying to avoid the cyclist. Someone randomly let someone out. Let's not block the traffic lights. Or the crossing point, should I say. Oh joy, blocks of red. To answer a question I've had from some people. Sat-nav. Right. The main sat-nav I use 90% of the time is this, I think it's called OREX, OHREX. It's a little 7-inch sat-nav that you can put your truck's dimensions in, weight, height, things like that. And it's advertised as being a truck sat-nav. It's relatively good. Its downfall, though, is it doesn't know about traffic. It doesn't have a link for traffic. All it has is what it calls historical traffic, where some point in history they saw that somewhere there was a bit of congestion at a particular time, or there was a car accident whenever they generated their map information, and that's what it tries to do for traffic. It's crap for doing that. But otherwise, it's a really good sat nav. It's comparison to other professional sat navs or trucking sat navs, it's cheap. I mean, it's less than £70. But what I also use is an app called Copilot. It's on iOS, it's $8.99 a month, and it is traffic aware. Similar thing, you can set up vehicle profiles, so then it has all your dimensions, everything. The reason I don't use that more is because it just has a problem from time to time losing GPS signal, and then gets confused very much once it's lost GPS signal. So I wouldn't, when I first started trucking, that's what I used to use. I wouldn't rely on it day to day. But it is very useful to have when you're going through towns or cities at certain times where you expect there's going to be traffic issues, or you see on the info boards on the motorway that there's a problem somewhere. It's really useful because it actually does seem to keep up to date as much as it can with real-time traffic. So that is the sat nav I use. Also, admittedly, time to time just use Google Maps, because neither the sat nav app, neither Copilot or the OOYY sat nav have business addresses. At least I don't believe the OOYY has it, and I've not been able to find it. It's aware of things like petrol stations, but one of the things that really dumbfounds me, and I don't quite understand, it knows I'm in a truck because I'm in truck mode, and I may say I need a petrol station. Most of the time I select petrol station just because I know it's attached to a services, and it'll try and send me to a supermarket petrol station, which they may not be too pleased with me trying to take a 26-ton rigid into, because I'll probably either not have clearance or shut down the petrol station if I try to go into park and have a break. So it's a bit dumb like that. I would have thought that, it's aware of truck stops, and it does come up with an icon on the screen to say that there's a truck related thing. But before now, I've seen a truck related thing thinking it was a truck stop, drove towards it to find out it was a DAF repair garage. So you can't. I have since definitely learnt that if you tap the icon, it tells you what it is, but it's just a bit dumb. But yeah, that is. But yeah, that is what I use for navigation. If there was a clunky cut, then it's because there was a big yawn, a big ugly yawn. Just sitting through traffic now. I'm guessing that used to be a church or just a village hall. Do they have a skate park? and a very excitable dog. He just wants his tennis ball to be thrown.
After 0.4 miles, go over the roundabout, taking the second exit.
I will go over the roundabout. But yeah, at some point I will do a bit of a demo, I suppose you could say, of the sat-nav I use. Show you some of the tweaks I have made to try and stop it being so annoying. Because one thing you may have noticed, it has stopped shouting at me about speed.
Go over the roundabout, taking the second exit.
Which is very good, because that was incredibly frustrating, especially when I was in a 50 zone doing 50, and because it has read me doing 50.5 miles an hour, it's then shouting at me about my speed. And it's like, no, I am still doing 50. Or, you know, the GPS has briefly gone slightly lapse, it then does a catch up, thinks I've done 80 miles an hour to do it while it's doing its catch up, and it's just there going, you are speeding. And it's like, no, I'm not. I've managed to shut it up. I have found the hidden menu option.
1,000 feet, enter the roundabout.
I will show you at some point.
Second exit. Enter the roundabout, take the second exit.
Come on. Oh, dear. Tree. I thought that car was going to go then, but it didn't. So I'm taking full advantage of it.
After 0.4 miles, turn right.
Well, that to my right, I believe, might be my delivery point. But I've got to go round. Got a right turn coming up somewhere. That's a lay-by. There's my right turn. Thatcham Business Village. Okay. Now I'm scratching my memory from what I saw on Google Maps.
After 600 feet, turn right.
It's a research centre. Ah, here we go. No, that's not what I want.
Take the next right.
I think, is it this? That's not.
Calculating route.
Deliveries around
Take
this
the next
way.
right. Then enter the roundabout.
Turn right here. All deliveries
Enter the roundabout.
up to the far
Take
end.
the third exit.
Security gate. Okay. This is where I need to grab my paperwork.
Take the third exit. Recalculating route. Turn back where possible. Then enter the roundabout.
Right. Be back in a moment. Right. Okay, I've been given. Oh, shut up! I know I'm not wearing my seatbelt right this second. I'll take number 7. just realised you probably can't hear me. I'm just reverse onto my bay. Second, just going to get high vis on. Getting rear doors open. Oh. Okay. Let's get this reversed on. Okay, that's me on bay. See you in a bit. Right, that's it. I have my green light, I have my paperwork, and I have my keys back. So I just need to pull off the bay. And then quickly go and close the doors. Slide that in my pocket. Handbrake's on, in neutral. Let's go and close these doors. Oh dear. Come on. Cables hanging out of me now. The joys of trying to have reasonable audio. So that's that bit done. Now, I'm guessing I need to speak to security. Let's figure that bit out. Most likely. Okay, that's closed.
Calculating route.
Let's see what security are going to want off me now.
After 700 feet, turn left.
Oh no, security's happy for me to go. Right. Seatbelt on, because I'm about to go back onto public roads. I'm out of the no lorry zone. Well, no public access zone, should I say. Put that paperwork to one side.
Go over the roundabout.
And then I'm
Take
onto
the
my next
second
drop.
exit. Take the second exit.
Ay, ay, ay.
Right.
If I do a clear stop. Cool. That's now caught up with where I am.
Bear right.
Oh dear. Do need to briefly pull over. Just one moment, just while I quickly sort myself out, because I am not driving in my high vis. Really don't want to. Thatcham Research Crash Laboratory. I wonder if this is where Thatcham alarms are made. And like security stuff for vehicles. Okay, high vis is off. I am going to turn the AC down a bit now because it has got warm in here. I've got an hour and 16 into my next drop, and I have an hour and 10, 11, hour and 12 driving. So I am going to need to stop. But I am going to try and get a bit of distance before I do stop if I can. So you missed on, because I stopped the camera at that point. This vehicle is a Moffat kit truck. It's not got a tail on it. It's designed to have a truck-mounted forklift. So it doesn't have rubber bump stops on the back. So what normally happens is, as I'm reversing onto a bay, is I'll take it a bit slower than some. Try and avoid damaging anything. Well, I did that, left my keys on the back like they request, and then all of a sudden I sort of sat in my cab, saw a head pop out when I'd got a red light of a person going, "Driver, can you move back a bit?" Because he couldn't get his ramp to attach to the truck. It's like, whoops. So did have to shunt back a little bit just so he could get his ramp onto the truck. But one of the things I find with this truck as well is, because I don't want to ram, and like, ram seems like the wrong term to use. What you can do a lot of the time is you'll reverse onto a bay, at the bump, you know the truck's going to roll forward slightly, so then you go back for a second bump, and then make sure you're then quick to lock on the handbrake and all that stuff. You kind of, sometimes, I know some drivers are going to be like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." I use the first gentle bump as a warning of, right, get ready, kind of thing. You're there or thereabouts, just confirm you're on. This, it doesn't have rubber bump stops on the back. It has two pieces of metal sticking out, which is where these pins go through that lock the Moffat onto the truck. Well, that could damage bays. So what I normally do with this truck is I reverse slowly, have the bump, and then try and stomp on the brake as quick as I can. But because of the slight slope, I'd roll away. In the briefest amount of time it took me to get from the throttle to the brake, the truck had rolled away just that little bit. So when I went to nudge back that little bit more, literally the ramp just made it onto the truck. It's a nuisance, but it's just one of those things. But it's done now. I am now on my way to somewhere else. Where am I on my way to? Aldershot, that's it. On my way to Aldershot to go and do my second delivery. Even though those pallets didn't weigh a lot, the truck is feeling a lot lighter. Which seems a bit silly to say, because those pallets didn't weigh that much. But whatever. And going through little villages. Interested to see Harrods use Mercs. Yeah, these. Well, what I mostly saw there was 18. What was it? 18 280s and 18 320s. That's mostly what I saw there. Probably because it's brand snobbery to see the Mercedes star on the front of your truck. But that's what seems to be what they use for their distribution. Yeah. I'm waffling on. I'm going to get some pound some miles out again, and then in a moment find somewhere to pull over, have a bite to eat, stretch my legs properly. I mean, I've just walked out the truck, but anyway, stretch my legs properly, and as I like to call it, find a friendly bush. To have a bit of relief. That sounds so wrong. So, I will catch you in a bit. Welcome back. I am
0.6 miles.
about 10-15 minutes out from the drop. You may have noticed that I took a break quite early. I needed to do more advanced call of nature. Saw Reading services, so went for it. Oh, why am I just indicating? Don't need to because it's a lane. Yeah, so Daisy just pulled into Reading services, had my 45, had a bit of a lie down because I was just feeling tired. Didn't actually sleep, but just purely just laying down on the bed helped a bit. So, but yeah, I'm shattered, but I'm feeling a bit more rejuvenated after my break. Anywho, oh, roadkill. 3 Bravo 51.4. Let's let Highways England know about that.
Mile, keep right.
Hello.
Hello, how can we help you?
Hi, M3 Bravo 51/4. There's a dead animal in lane 1.
Okay, on the Bravo, and okay, live lane 1.
Yeah, live lane 1. Yeah, it looks like a fox or something.
Okay, right, let's get this logged over to the control. Thank you so much for calling that in, Phil, and you have a safe onwards journey.
Right, thanks so much. Bye bye.
Thank you, you take care.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Right, that's my good service done. Reporting that to Highways. That was very much a dead animal. I don't know if you saw it on the camera, you probably did, but it just kind of dark humour, but it just made me chuckle when she was like, "You sure we certain the animal's deceased?" Yes, it's pancaked. It's just like, yes, it's very much deceased. But oh well, at least I now know. Anyway, back into what I'm meant to be doing. I am onwards towards Aldershot in my delivery, which apparently I'm about 10 minutes out. With that says I'm 6 minutes out, so let them fight it out. My research yesterday suggests that there isn't signs outside this business, so this could be fun trying to find it. Yay. Oh dear God. It's kind of dark humour. I'm just finding that funny. Are we certain the animal's deceased? Yes. I'm afraid so. God. Ooh, airplane. Ooh, a bug's just died on my windscreen. Oh, come on. And get this tipped. And then call the office. See if they have a reload down this way. And then start heading north again. But yeah. Right, so about to come off at Aldershot.
Prepare to exit left after half a mile.
/ Woking. The home of McLaren Formula 1 team. I was about to say, I didn't realise McLaren is far south of Silverstone. They're almost a little bit out of Motorsport Valley.
After 1,000 feet, exit left.
It was one of those, I always knew where Woking is, but I just never put the two together.
After 100 feet, exit left.
I have exited left sat nav.
After 900 feet, enter the roundabout and take the fourth exit.
I will.
Then turn left. Enter the roundabout, take the fourth
Yes.
exit.
You don't need to keep nagging me. I sort of know that bit. Oh, come on. Admittedly, I have, just because I've been getting frustrated, but also thought I had gap space, I have admittedly cut up a few people on the roundabouts today.
Exit.
So I thought I'd try and be a bit more patient with that one. It's not this left.
After 300 feet, turn left.
See, that one wants me to turn left there, whereas the other one wants me to turn left up here. I'll do the left up here. See, I think it all goes through the same estate.
Recalculating route. After 400 feet.
There's a Lido here? Interesting. I don't think there's many Lidos around the place anymore. Or in the UK, should I say. Alright, come on. Come on, gearbox. I suppose the weather's much nicer down here, so the concept of having an outdoor
After
pool
500 feet, turn left.
isn't as bad. Alright, this is the trading state that apparently I need.
Take the next left.
So, let's see if I can find my delivery. Nope.
You will arrive at waypoint after 700 feet, then turn back where possible.
No. No. I have no idea exactly where my delivery is. It's around here somewhere. Is that it? Yes, it is. Don't do it, Van. Don't be a muppet. For the relatively tight entrance, of course. See the forklift somewhere. There it is. Let's make sure I've got those past there. I'll go a little bit further. There we go. Alright. I'm at my delivery. See you in a bit. Alright. That is me tipped. I'm empty. I've just tried calling the office. No answer. So I don't know. So I believe then my plan is at the moment just to start heading north. I'm 2 hours 57 away. I've got just enough drive to be able to do it in one hit. But yeah, I have no idea what's the plan. I'm guessing back to the office. But yeah, just had to do a bit of manual labour.
Turn right.
Basically, the yard's that tight they can't get the forklift down the side of the truck, so they just forklift up a pump truck, and then I pump truck their pallets to the back of the truck so they could take it off. Nice and simple. So I might be ending the video here. Wait and see. I might be ending the video here. It may be a bit shorter, it may be longer. Who knows? I'm a bit weird and think that the video is going to be shorter and do an hour-and-a-half video. Because I'm weird like that. But in case it is the end, I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to remind you to please like, comment, subscribe, ring bell and all that stuff that you meant to say if you're a YouTuber. Thank you and welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all the people that are commenting. It's nice to hear from people. And yeah, unless I'm now about to interrupt myself with a, oh, I am doing this, I will endeavour to see you next time and endeavour not to, well, to try and basically record more.
After 300 feet, enter the roundabout.
Let you on a little secret.
First exit.
I'm hoping to try and record another one this week, so then I've got one in the bag. Wait and see. But until next time, farewell, be safe, and don't cut up a truck. Bye.